2 marker, The White Lotus, Season 2, Episode 1 review. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan680.
I'm Angela Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk. Movie Talk for movie fans. Guys, you've been in the movie world right into your ears, devices. Thank you for making us a part of your day. Let's get right to it. Angela, what are we reviewing today?
We are reviewing, we're sad that, House of the Dragon ended.
Yeah.
What do we do with our Sundays now?
Well, HBO did it again.
Came through.
Always
on clutch.
Quality over quantity here.
So we're reviewing season 2 of The White Lotus.
The White Lotus. The White Lotus was a real random show. When we first saw it, we were just like, we didn't know what to expect, right? We did not know what to ever expect in this type of show.
Like it as much as we did,
I loved it.
Like we got sucked into that world right away.
Definitely.
Again, it was random. We really didn't know what we were watching, but we loved it. Won tons of awards. Yeah. We were super excited that they announced season 2, right? Mm-hmm. And it's finally here. Yeah. And I like that HBO kind of waited until House of Dragon ended to premiere this. I really like that too.
They planned it out very well, and they seem to really do that with a lot of their shows and everything. It's crazy to think that, what am I going to do with my Sundays now? Now it's not House of the Dragon night. Now it's not Game of Thrones night, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's definitely one of those days where, like, what are you going to do with your Sunday nights? Well, wow. HBO did you well, guys. And I'll be honest here, season 2 opened up, the Emmy winner, of course, The White Lotus season 1, opened up to 1.5 million viewers Sunday night, up to 63%. Versus season 1 premiere, because I'll be honest here, season 1 had no audience whatsoever, really, because it's essentially when you start an original show or original especially even a movie character, just like Black Adam, when you start certain characters where you're just they have no fan base, nobody knows who they are unless you're a real hardcore fan. In this case, it was very different. We didn't know what to expect out of this show. Of course, in the very season 1, we knew a lot of different actors and actresses were going to be in there. One of them, TV person, was Connie, which I loved in Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, we recognized
Sydney from Euphoria. So many different characters.
So we recognized a lot of different characters.
But we're like, what is this show even about?
It was so random. Yeah. It was essentially like a murder mystery whodunit. You're retracing events, right? And I feel like coming into season 2, I didn't know where it would go from here, right?
Yeah.
So we saw what happened in season 1.
I was surprised with season 2.
I was really surprised too. But I really like how it's not the same hotel.
Exactly. It's the same chain, which makes damn sense. Oh my God, the creator himself. Oh man, that was brilliant. That was great. I love that.
I really appreciate that. Yeah. And it's not only in the US, it's it's in Italy. Oh my gosh. And it's the scenery is just, it opens up. It's so beautiful, right?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it's the same thing. You start off right away, something bad happened, and it's retracing steps, right?
Yeah, just like the first season. And I love it because it's what happened now? You just get into that whole murder mystery almost in a weird way. I mean, it's not
you see obviously a dead body in the river, they pull it out.
Just like almost the first season 1, it's just essentially that's what it was similar to it. It was similar. Similar situation. And this is actually created by the brilliant mind of Mike White, which is funny because the only thing I can recall, again, call me crazy, call me weirdo, the only thing I can really recall him from, he was best known was he was actually in School of Rock, but he wrote School of Rock as well with Jack Black. He was Jack Black's friend while making that film. So I mean, Mike White is not a stranger from comedy. He's not. I mean, I love School of Rock. School of Rock I thought that was a fantastic comedy. I enjoyed it. It was very clean humor. It's probably one of the best clean humor films out there. Granted, no cuss words. Not that really, I would say. Oh, ass. They say ass. But, I mean, come on. It's in the Bible. But anyway, it's definitely... Besides that, though, it's come a long way, right? Our comedy has come a long way. Our comedy now is... And I'm not saying this is a bad way. Is... definitely more vulgar, more sex scenes for sure, more catching people in the sex act that's cheating on another person.
Awkward.
Yeah, and more awkward sex, or you're getting or you're having sex and you're staring at a painting or something. It's just and you're rethinking your thoughts while you're in the moment.
HBO.
Essentially, it's the women that are doing that.
So you start off the series, the season. right away with a dead body in the beach, right? Pull it out. Don't know who done it. And then it goes to 1 week earlier, right? So then you get the introduction of all these people, right? Kind of the similar situation. They're in a boat. Traveling to this destination hotel.
You know, it's really I can put it well plain and simple, guys. It follows the exploits of various guests and employees over the span of a week. This happens in a week, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe it because it feels like longer than a week for us, right? Because they're releasing every episode every week, which sucks because I'm just like, gotta wait another week. All right, next Sunday, what other catastrophe is gonna happen here?
So I gotta say, we
follow these people. We follow the same lead, which is one of the girls that you really do like.
Love Jennifer Coolidge, right? Yeah. So her character is back from season 1,
Tanya,
right?
Yeah.
So she's married, and her husband are going to this Italian White Lotus resort, right? Yeah. 5-star hotel, right? Right away, we meet the manager, Valentina, and it's like it's so different. It's so different. Like, I don't know if it's a cultural thing.
It's a culture thing.
She's super blunt,
very,
and she tries so hard to be perfect and so charming, and she is not.
Okay, no, okay. I'll be honest here. The last one we had, he was very. He would just be like, okay, okay, yes, sir, yes, man, well, holding it in. He would hold it in a lot, and obviously we saw the catastrophe in that in season 1 and everything that happened because it consumed him essentially. And so with this one, it's very different. I'm excited. I really am.
She does not conceal
She don't give a she just says it straight up. She said blood diabetic, and she's probably thinking that in her head. That's the whole.
But equally, you see equally this hotel manager versus previous season's hotel manager. They're equally as stressed, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to run this resort, make sure the guest experience are flawless. Yeah. You see the stress, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
huge stress.
You see her. Her character's introduced right away.
Yeah.
Also, like I said, Jennifer Coolidge and her husband are introduced. You get the assistant that she brought along that her husband doesn't like.
Oh man, obviously does not like whatsoever. It's crazy to think how much how you can really it's funny because Tanya is just, she doesn't want to travel alone because that's the first thing she mentions to her husband. He's all like, I've been texting you and you don't want to travel. Oh, by the way, it's a spoiler, by the way. So it's definitely struggle because I can understand she wants to feel loved, but she doesn't get that. She wants to get loved by anybody, though.
And you get that from the first season.
That's why she brings her assistant, because she's just like, I don't want to be lonely. She has this persona of just, I don't want to be alone, and I don't care who I bring.
Even though she's married now, you could tell
she's still alone.
Their marriage isn't fulfilling, right? You tell something right away. You send some things off, just their interactions, right? You get that set up.
Yeah.
Again, the assistant, she's trying to please her husband, so she tells the assistant, stay in your room the whole time, right? So you get her character as well, just trying to, figure out what to do. Yeah. She kind of hates her job.
Portia, Portia, she's really struggling with herself too in a way, and I like that because they both almost, it's weird because it's like she complains about it, but at the same time though I kind of feel like
they're similar.
They're similar. That's why she stuck around with her as her assistant and everything. And then of course let's skip to the 4 friends here that we see traveling as well. One of them, of course, we recognize right away, which was Aubrey Plaza. Oh my God,
this woman,
Aubrey Plaza, girl,
she's so funny.
She is hilarious. Oh my God,
and she doesn't have. It's her face. She doesn't have to try so hard to be awkward. She is. I mean, she's so good.
Yeah, she really is. She's a great actress for the role that she has. I'm just saying,
and you see, they're not super best friends.
Yeah,
and they're the couples themselves are just distinctly different.
Yeah. I just feel that because the way her acting skills, it's phenomenal, right? We saw it so much. If anyone's, because again, this is me not coming from Parks and Recreation, right? Because I did not watch Parks and Recreation. I never watched that show. Didn't like that humor. But besides that, right? Let's bring that out of the equation here because that's the popularity there from her background. I saw her in Ingrid Goes West, one of the best stalker movies I've ever seen in my entire life. She killed it. She freaking killed that role. Elizabeth Olsen was in there too as well. I mean, Ice Cube's son was in there too as well. I loved that whole movie as a whole, as a stalker film. It was so good. Aubrey Plaza brought her A game, and in this part right here, she is bringing her A++ game because I mean, again, she doesn't have to say anything to know that you're effing annoying the out of me. She doesn't have to say it. She doesn't have to say a word. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is so entertaining. Like it's so entertaining. Almost feels like you're watching a reality show, but you're not.
It's funny. She's very good face actor. Like she portrays those emotions so well without ever saying anything. Another face we recognize from the group of friends is I think Theo James. Yeah. He's in a lot of stuff, but I guess most notably that I know of is like the Divergent series.
Yes, yeah.
Never watched it, but I'm very familiar with him and his work. Yeah. So you see him right away, and you see this distinct couple, like this split. Like Theo James and his significant other are completely like opposite, kind of in their own bubble, you know, their rich bubble, and then you have Aubrey Plaza and her partner are like super in documentaries and being, you know, woke and
they're definitely different couples. One's obviously very wealthy, and one is just focused on their own ambition. It really is, because and to each his own. Like, I get that, because Aubrey Plaza and Ethan's our team is like we something back to the world. Essentially, that's why I feel like they want to give something back to the world, and they want to be a part of something, and they want to make sure that they keep up with the world. You know,
it also seems like a maybe new money, old money situation.
Oh, definitely, because I mean, Ethan now is a rich guy. They mentioned it in this episode. Yeah, so he's definitely wealthy. Now, is he gonna act the part now that he's very new to wealth?
So that's you get that set up too.
Anything could happen,
and you get like a lot of weird, like weird vibes, right? Like so, again, the couples are completely on different spectrums of like how they show affection, how they interact with each other, how they interact with people, their worldly views, blah blah blah. And you kind of get a sense that maybe Aubrey Plaza's character is not 100% happy with.
There's definitely a struggle here. Both of them. It kind of gives off a little bit of a. Again, this is just my take, right? I mean, it kind of gives off like a little swinger couple vibe, and when we get into the episode a little bit, because it's kind of like the wealthy rich guy's like, I'm bored, I'm gonna try to. I mean, he literally changes in front of her.
Because he's like, married with kids, Yeah. So I get it, and then so we see them again. Love them. They're all great. We also see another interesting one.
Birds. It's a father. It's a grandfather.
It's a 3-generational grandfather, father, and then a son. Yeah, and they're all in Italy to go to the grandfather's old town.
Oh, his grandmother's Sicily. I believe.
Like some town in Italy. Yeah. And reconnect with distant relatives, right?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
So funny because they're all so different.
Yeah,
they're all so different. Yeah, and it's like the grandfather.
Bert got game. That's all I'm saying. Bert got game.
Loves to flirt for an older grandpa. Got game. Loves to flirt with him. Love the actor too, by the way. Yeah. But he can't help but fart, and he's so funny. And then
Abraham.
And you see the stark resemblance for the father, his son. Who's like a workaholic, and maybe not the best in his marriage. You see like a little scene where essentially his marriage or maybe ex-marriage is dissolved.
It's very brutal.
And bitter.
It's definitely gone to the worst for him, especially because you kind of feel. At first you're just like, what is this guy? Why is he acting like a douchebag to his son? And now I know, I'm not saying it's an excuse whatsoever, but it's just like you kind of understand a little bit where he's coming from. But at the same time, though, it's just at the very end of this episode, we're going to skip ahead. He gets the prostitute, which is one of the girls here.
It circles back into like...
one of the girls is Mia. Yeah. Yeah, and it's really kind of puts a little dynamic to a new character. So they bring us, they brought us pretty much essentially that very first scene on the boat. They brought us like so many bunch of new characters, and then they touched up on Mia's side and her friend. They left her in the dark. And then they brought us to like the resort people. Now they brought Mia back in because they made their way into the resort. And again, I love how Mike White has really done a phenomenal job. And
they
directing.
All like connect, right? Yeah. So like there's a scene where like the assistant for Tanya meets up with one of the son.
The son, yeah.
From this
Albie.
trio.
I think his name's
Albie, right? Yeah. This trio trying to reconnect with old relatives, right? And then like you say, like the father of this trio hires the escort, Lucia. Yeah. So you see them all connect, and so and it's just the first episode, like So I really can't wait to see
if we're gonna see more. And it looks like we are, because of the sneak peek. It looks like the guys have a party like and they invite
friends,
the girls,
the 4 friends,
or the 2 guys, because you remember they say, the girls are going off to this small town.
It's day trip.
So now it's the guys. They're getting rich. She's like, hey man, come on, you didn't do anything in college. Let's make up for it tonight. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. So it's gonna come out.
It's like you see,
and Daphne kind of gives little hints like, but she murdered her husband, or like, what did she say? It was a crime Dateline. I think she watches. And then I love how they casually mention, we watched Ted Lasso. Who doesn't love that guy? Like, I love that because funny. I dressed up for Ted Lasso
for Halloween.
Yeah, for Halloween
for a party.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm excited to see what this season is foretold here. I'm excited to what more we're gonna get out of here. I'm excited all around. I can't wait to see more Aubrey Plaza in here. She's definitely one to look out for, especially because I think this was like one of the essentially like one of the hooks to get you into the show. Like, this is another good named show, named person that everyone knows.
Yeah, I mean, Jennifer Coolidge won an Emmy, you know, for last season. So bringing her back was definitely awesome.
She's really a character.
Funny.
Dude,
like, she's so funny. And it's just, again, it's so effortless. She's just so
that sex scene was
natural in being, again, like, awkward, but she's just hilarious. I just love her humor. So like, super smart to bring her back. Same thing with Aubrey Plaza. She's done so many good things in her career. It's so great to have her on the show. I know there's a couple more faces I recognize that they're awesome casts. Like, the whole casting was like perfect, I think. In my opinion so far.
I mean, we're gonna see
so great. Everyone's done such a good job this episode.
We're gonna see them really interact more so, and I can't wait because we're gonna see it all unfold all at once. Hopefully in that very last episode, like it did, or the second to the last episode. I'm excited to see what this season foretold. Hopefully it's a good, long enough season. I feel like it's going to skim by really quick. And get ready, guys, because it's Christmas time. Christmas music's everywhere, and the Christmas is in the air. Be sure to, because I know we're going to talk about, we might even do a little episode here of like best Christmas movies to watch. And yes, maybe Die Hard will be in there. We will come to that conclusion. Maybe it won't, maybe it will. You never know. That's always going to be the huge debate. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? That's always been the debate for movie talkers.
Never seen it.
Oh my God. All right, guys. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan680. And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. If you have not already, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to get notified for our movie reviews and for, in this case, our TV reviews, guys. And thank you so much for making us a part of your day. As always, I'm your host. Catch you later.